welcome, I'm the Kaiju no Kami, and today we are going to take a look at 1958's Varan.
Varan has an interesting past. It was originally filmed for American television, but the studio dropped out during the film's production, causing Toho to finance the entire project themselves. Thus, the vast majority of the film takes place in rural areas and around water with no actual cityscape to speak of. It also has been reported that Varan's suit actor Haruo Nakajima was injured during one of the stunts, forcing him to sit out for the remainder of filming. Funnily enough, the movie was eventually brought over by an American company and given the King of the Monsters treatment.
I have never seen the American cut of this film, so I have nothing to compare to. I don't even think the American cut has even been released on DVD or maybe not even VHS. All I know is that the first time I saw this movie was on DVD from Media Blasters, which means I have only seen the Japanese version. So let's take a look at that one.
Our movie begins with a rocket ship being launched into space and some narration.
今や我々人類は宇宙に向かって、しかし我々は現在何気なく住んでいる地球にも、この物語も実はその残された地球の謎の一つから始まる。
Okay, so what was the point of that?
Our movie really begins with two students of a professor named Sugimoto looking for butterflies in a rural region known as the Japanese Tibet, when they come across some villagers.
こういうところには見かけない人間だからだよ。体に三時。
Unsure as to why the villagers ran away, the dynamic duo heads into the forest and finds their butterflies.
これですね。うん。赤星薄葉白蝶だ。綺麗な蝶だな。うん。綺麗だ。
Did you just...
これですね。うん。赤星薄葉白蝶だ。綺麗な蝶だな。うん。
You are barbarians. And they're dead.
From here, we meet Yuriko Shinjo, played by Oyumi Sonoda, who tells Dr. Sugimoto that she is going to find out what killed her brother with or without his help. This inspires two more of his students, Kenji Ozaki and Motohiko Horiguchi, to assist her. Upon arrival, they meet a little boy wearing a mask who takes him to his village.
Now this is how you do a ritual scene. You got that, Yamato Takaru?
Our trio interrupts their prayers and they are told to leave immediately or face the wrath of their god Baradagi.
僕たちは金城さんたちがバラダギの怒りに触れて死んだとは信じられないんです。今の世の中にそんな馬鹿げたことがあるはずがありません。バラダギ様を信じないとは呆れたお方じゃ。
A dog runs away into the forest, so the little boy, Gen, chases after it. Yuriko, Kenji, and Horiguchi pursue him as the villagers are too scared to do so. They get separated from each other thanks to a copious fog, and Kenji and Horiguchi find themselves back at the village. The dog returns with a note from Yuriko saying she has found Gen, so the duo and the villagers head into the forest to find them.
Yuriko-san.
A large monster emerges from the sea.
This is actually a large lake.
Sea, lake, whatever.
Everyone flees in terror while the elder is killed.
What's a Varan?
現地からの報道により怪獣バランは中生代に生存していたバラのポーダーである。今から1億8500万年前から6000万年前までの間、つまり三畳紀ジュラ紀白亜紀の1億2500万年間という期間であります。
Oh, that tells me nothing at all.
So yeah, after all is said and done, officers discuss the creature with Sugimoto, who provides the most scientific answer ever.
バラに関するご意見は？
残念ながら何もありません。ただ一つだけはっきり言えるのは、断じてバランを大都会に侵入させてはいけないということです。
Yuriko and gang take Sugimoto to the sea,
Large lake, large lake.
while the military lures Varan out and attack him. All they do is drive the monstrosity away as he flares out his wings and flies to Tokyo.
Oh, and Yuriko needs rescuing because why not? And this is pretty much the end of the story as far as the characters are concerned. I'm not kidding, because from this point on, it is pretty much just one giant action sequence after another. In fact, this movie has so many action sequences, even Michael Bay is like, damn. Oh yeah, well, I guess we do get a scene between the action that is important like this one.
なるほど、36ミリ機関砲弾は受け付けなかったかもしれません。私たちにはもっと強力な火砲があります。50センチの鋼鉄を撃ち抜くこともできるんです。バランは怪獣には違いありませんが、生身の動物です。その皮膚も50センチの鋼鉄よりは硬いはずがないと信じます。
I think at this point he's excused from that theory.
まだはっきりとバラン自体がどういうものか確認できません。なんとも申し上げられません。常識で考えればあるはずありません。しかしバランは常識をはるかに無視した怪獣。常識の限界で判断は下せないと思います。
Varan arrives in Tokyo Bay and we watch the military attack him. Doctor, I'm totally not Shirazawa Fujimura,
Also played by Akihito Hirata.
gives the military his experimental bombs to use against Varan. Kenji drives a truck full of bombs beneath Varan's,
And directly below, enemy scrotum.
I never thought I would get to use that joke.
The bombs blow and do very little damage to the monster. Nakajima, on the other hand, probably not so much. The rampaging monster trashes Haneda Airport while being bombarded in gunfire. Sugimoto gets sick of watching cropped stock footage from Godzilla and comes up with an idea to get Varan to swallow the bombs from the inside.
ご覧なさい。不思議な習性です。あの通り照明弾を飲み込んでます。その習性を利用して次元装置を施した特殊化学を照明弾につけてヘリコプターから投下したら、あるいは飲み込むかもしれません。
It works. Oh, I don't feel so good. Perhaps stopping off to get Mighty Taco was a bad idea. I should have gone to Chipotle instead.
I think I just figured something out, Beavis. What? This sucks.
永遠の謎という言葉がある。バランこそは永遠の謎に、そしてまたここに永遠の謎を秘めて、東京湾にその生命を絶ったのである。
So that was Varan. If you want to watch a Godzilla movie with statically flat characters, a non-existent plot or symbolism, and be nothing more than generic monster action, then this is the film for you.
There is nothing of substance to speak of because the character stories end around the half-hour mark. From that point, it is just one monster scene after another, and it is so boring. It's like Honda said, you know how I made such compelling characters in both Godzilla and Rodan? Well, I'm going to do none of that here. I wonder if he just didn't give a shit, seeing as how this was originally planned to be an American-made-for-TV movie. Then again, given how we pretty much removed a nuclear horror message from Godzilla, perhaps it is exactly why there is nothing to speak of. Whatever Whatever the reason, this movie blows chunks and is one of Toho's worst from the Showa era. Thankfully, both Akira Ifukube and Eiji Tsuburaya cared about the project enough to give it their all. Well, mostly. The use of stock footage from Godzilla is annoying, especially when all of the wires have been enhanced thanks to the zoomed in image. The scene in the early part of the movie while Varan is rummaging through the village is exceptionally crafted. It is easily the best scene of the film. As for Ifukube, his score is fantastic. In fact, if you have watched Godzilla vs. Gigan, you will most definitely recognize one of his tracks here. The Varan suit itself is a neat design, as he does look a lot different from the monsters that had appeared on screen before him. It would have been nice if they actually utilized his ability to fly into something interesting. He could have been a really nice balance between Rodan's flight and Godzilla's ferocity. However, the people behind the production of this film clearly just worked on it while they were sleepwalking, since there is not an ounce of care shown.
Actually, what am I saying? I've seen sleepwalkers put more effort into their products.
Thank you, thank you.
Even the actors don't seem to care about their roles that much, which I guess I can't blame them given how they were barely even in the damn thing. I wouldn't be surprised if they filmed their scenes between takes of another film with how poorly conceived everything is.
It is kind of sad to think that this movie is the reason why Varan has rarely been used since. He was denied redemption in Destroy All Monsters, and he was pretty much rejected from the original GMK plot right away. Toho has a great monster here with great potential that they refuse to touch just because of how his first outing went. Well, it is what it is. Until next time, bye.
我らが神、熊曽神よ。貢ぎ物を受け取るがよい。
Huh? What? It's over? It's finally over?